Alright, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Scrubae here, back again with the double upload. It's been a very long time since I've done a double upload, but I figured I had to talk about this. You know, I think we come to realize that DUI isn't something that people should strive to have on their permanent record. I think drinking and cars don't really go together. But, you know, there's other things that I don't think you should be drunk and do either, and one of those is drive a horse buggy on the same road the cars are on. But I guess for one Amish dude, that was just a little bit too difficult because he ended up getting arrested for driving a horse and buggy down the road while intoxicated. I just thought this entire thing was out there, you know. And whatever, I can really go in on the dude because he's Amish. It's not like he's gonna ever see the video, so without further ado, let's go. Ohio deputy encounters drunk Amish guy slumped over and moving buggy. The horse knows how to get home. Bro, imagine being the cop that pulled up to this. You're like, wow, you know, I never thought I would get to roleplay what it was like to pull someone over in 1883, but here we are, really having to do the old pull over the horse maneuver just to find the guy slumped over the horse and buggy wheel. Probably not a wheel, more like the reins, but you know. More impressive that the horses were just kind of doing their thing. Goes to show how well they're trained. Their owner is literally passed out drunk next to them. They're like, don't worry about it. We do this every Tuesday, we're just gonna head on home now. Do you think that's the argument he's gonna use in court? You know, Your Honor, first and foremost, technically I wasn't driving, so therefore it can't be driving under the influence. And two, the horses knew how to get home, so therefore I wasn't really driving the vehicle. Can't charge me with something if I wasn't the one in charge of the direction now, can ya? The judge is like, yeah, it doesn't matter, man. You know that you can't drive a horse and buggy while intoxicated. Seriously, I think the next Pixar movie, you know how they love to do like animal stuff, Zootopia or whatever, I just want the story of these horses. So there I was, my owner passed out, puking down the side of the freeway. I'm just trotting along. Next thing you know, the lights come on behind me, and I know we're not heading back to the farm for quite some time. An Amish man in Ohio was the subject of a low-speed police chase on May 14th when he was asleep while operating a horse and buggy. Ashtabula Sheriff Deputy Mike Talbert attempted to stop the buggy at around 2:43 a.m. in Orwell, Ohio, but was unsuccessful and told the other officers that the driver of the horse and buggy looked like he was asleep. There's a Bud Light sitting there and he's passed clean out. We got a drunk Amish guy passed out in a buggy. Man, I don't know how he heard of Grand Theft Auto, but I guess he was trying to roleplay. All the Amish dudes were talking about it. Apparently they have one of those newfangled video games where you just do whatever you want and break all the laws. And you can call this guy Lester and he gets you out of trouble, and he's like, I know what I'm trying tonight. Only problem is Lester's not real, bro. You can't really call him to get the stars removed in this situation. Plus, I feel like Bud Light's a pretty modern drink. I thought the Amish people didn't do cars, technology, any of that. But they're perfectly alright drinking Bud Light. How do you think that canning machine works? Electricity. Jokes aside, obviously, it's very, very lucky that nobody got hurt. I don't think DUIs are funny. I don't think driving a horse and buggy drunk are funny. That being said, what is funny about the situation is it's just not what you would expect. And imagine being the cops that, like, find this dude passed out. Seriously, though, these horses are the real MVP. They're like, hey, man, I'm just gonna get you home either way. Don't even worry about it. Cops trying to pull us over. I'm just gonna get us home. If I was the cops on duty in this situation, when the guy called for backup, I would have 100% assumed he was messing with me. I'm gonna need backup. I got a dude passed out. The horses won't stop. The horses? What are you talking about? Yeah, it's a guy in a horse and buggy. Straight up passed out. I'm gonna need help. He looks like he's gonna be relatively heavy to move. I feel like no matter what, your family would not be thrilled with you if you got a DUI. You get arrested, I'm gonna assume your family's not happy. But I'm really gonna venture out on a limb and say this guy's family's gonna be pretty pissed about the whole DUI arrest thing. From what I understand, I could be 100% wrong. I just know the Amish are a very conservative group. So I'm gonna say an arrest record in general, especially for something like this, isn't gonna go down too well in his community. The Amish aren't known for collecting DUIs like Pokemon cards. They're known for making fantastic products and being really, really good at putting up barns. I'm not even kidding. If you really want to be like flabbergastedly amazed, look up Amish people building barns. They're so fast at it, they're so good, and it's just like an army of people throwing up a barn in 3 hours. I don't think they're drunk when they do that one, though. That's completely unrelated. Police initially responded to 911 calls from people who claimed the buggy was all over the road, and after pursuing the horse and buggy in a low-speed chase, the deputy eventually blocked the buggy with his car, and the buggy hit the cruiser. The person operating the horse and buggy was identified as Nathan Miller, who took a breathalyzer test and registered a .063% according to police, and he was arrested and charged with operating a vehicle while under the influence. The least intense high-speed chase ever, bro. We're going 13 miles per hour. The horses seem to be slowing down. I think they're gonna want to drink some water soon. Seriously, the car just like slowly pulls in front of him. All right, I'm gonna knock him off the road. Except he was drunk, so it was more like, I'm gonna knock a cop car off the road. Meanwhile, the horse and buggy just taps into the car very slowly, maybe dented it. I'm just gonna assume it didn't do a whole lot at getting them out of the way. What do they do with the horses in this situation? Like, what do they do? Is there a guy on hand who's just like the cop horse dude? And whenever they have to arrest someone in a horse and buggy, he like takes them to the pasture to wait until someone can come pick them up? What do you do in this situation, man? If the horses do know their way home, do you just put them in handcuffs, put them back in the buggy, and like tell them that they have to call and get the key? Well, I guess they're Amish, so they wouldn't call, but you get what I'm saying. Like, what do you do in this situation? Do you have to get a license for a horse and buggy? I have so many questions. Like, 16 years old, are all the Amish kids lining up? Oh man, I can't wait to get my horse and buggy permit. I've seen this like news story a couple different places, and every time it just kind of interested me because it's just not something you ever expect to see. But I guess the one bright side to being Amish is even if you are arrested for something crazy and it makes the news, he's never gonna know about it. Like, sure, everyone in his community's still gonna give him crap, but he's never gonna have to read the news article that details the police call. Yeah, there's this dude passed out. The horse is starting to look at me angrily. The orange on my uniform reminds him of a carrot. He might take a bite. Stand clear for backup. It would be really scary if you're just minding your business trying to drive home. Next thing you know, a horse and buggy starts swerving into your lane. Like, hey, dude, I'm the one in the car. I understand the horse and buggy feels safe, but it's not gonna win against the car. Gotta be very, very careful, man. You think you'd be a little bit more careful when you're operating technology from 1752 on the road with just like Karen, the 47-year-old soccer mom, a little bit wine drunk in a minivan that weighs more than 9 horses put together. Might want to stay on top of being attentive if you're driving one of those, but hey, what do I know? Either way, I guess if you're in Ohio, a place where the Amish are at, be careful on the lookout for those buggies swerving out the lane, you know? Might be listening to, whatever the latest Amish bop is, Ye Holy Man or whatever. Obviously, I'm very glad everyone was safe. I just thought this was a pretty funny story just due to the circumstances of it. I don't recommend mixing Bud Light and driving a horse-drawn carriage, but that being said, I think that'll do it. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you really appreciate the double upload, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It'll let me know that I should keep doing it. You know, if you guys don't want the channel back, that's also okay. Just let me know. But yeah, on that note, guys, that'll do it. Don't get anyone pregnant. If you do, make sure they're hot, and I'll see you guys next time. I'm out. Peace.